But you should.
Special council meeting of November 5th, 2025 to order. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Now will you please call roll?
Madden,
I'm short.
Perry,
Here.
Ski,
Here.
Allner,
Here.
Foster, Silver.
Motion to approve the council meeting minutes of October 8th, 2025.
Moved.
I'll
Second?
second. Oh,
I heard Phil first. Any questions or comments on the minutes? Anna, please call roll.
Perry, Bilski, Allner,
Yes.
Vincent, Foster,
Yes.
Silver.
Yes.
Thank you.
Is there a motion to authorize the village engineer to prepare plans and advertise for bid the 2026 asphalt road program?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Kim. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ryan. Brian?
If you have the memo, this is just a authorization for next year's asphalt program, which is going to be the overlay of the eastern portion of Orangewood Drive, as well as the Laurel and Hemlock Circles. And then along with that, we are going to complete a repair on Jackson, with which we have a standing water issue, so we're going to install some under drains, but it involves some pavement repair along with that, so we're just going to tie it all together. This is our 2026 asphalt program.
Stuff, right? All right. Any questions or comments?
Any change in elevation or anything?
No, this is just going to be for Orangewood, we're going to mill down the concrete and then put an asphalt topping on it.
So it won't be asphalt anymore. It'll be
Won't be concrete, it'll be asphalt from basically Beachmont to Lander.
All right. Any questions or comments? Anna, please call roll.
Madden,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just for clarity, this isn't the first time we've done this. Lander Road from Miles about to Smithfield is an overlay over concrete.
okay. Sorry. Madden, Perry,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Allner,
Yes.
Vincent, Foster,
Yes.
Silver.
Yes. Is there a motion to approve the extension agreement between Orange Village and the Fraternal Order of Police, Ohio Labor Council, to continue the current collective bargaining agreement in effect through March 31st, 2026, with the understanding any wage increases authorized by the new collective bargaining agreement to be made retroactive to January 1st, 2026?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll
That's a
second.
question.
I think it's just with the understanding that any wage increases, if any.
Well, I think that's understood by the language of it. Any wage increases authorized by the new collective agreement.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there a second? Thank you, Lisa. Mayor?
Oh, this is a pretty standard document that we have crafted for our negotiations, as I'll talk about in a minute, that we are in the midst of negotiations with the for a collective bargaining agreement with the Patrolmen's Association in Orange Village. It is necessary for us to agree that should the negotiations extend beyond the negotiating period into the new year, that we would then retroactively return to the beginning of the first year for any alterations or additions to the contract for salary. And so this allows us to do that.
I think, again, the language in the agreement should state, as it is further agreed that any wage increases agreed upon in these negotiations shall be retroactive to January 1, 2026. And I do think it should state, it is further agreed that any wage increases, comma, if any.
We already have any in there. I mean, the word any's there already.
There.
Or wage.
Any wage increases, though, is very specific that there is an implication that there would be wage increases. So I think that the wording would be tighter with if any, but it's up to you.
I don't think it makes a difference either way. We're not giving anything away by excluding the word if any. Any other questions or comments?
Compared to like other institutions.
I think we've done this before. You do it now so that you don't have to rush in December. We've got a full council here tonight.
Yeah, I knew that part. I would just,
Yeah.
This is just a,
Well, it's just a motion, yeah.
yeah, the motion, yeah.
this is not legislation. Yeah. The contract will, that will be a whole different animal.
All right, Anna, will you please call roll?
Madden? Perry?
Yes.
Bilski?
Yes.
Allner?
Yes.
Vincent? Foster? Silver?
Yes. Are there any audience comments relating to agenda items? All right, we have no old business, no new business. Are there any audience comments relating to matters which advance the good of the village? Looks like none. Comments by the mayor. Mayor Klein?
Hey, thank you. To begin with, I'd like to congratulate all the new council members. Unfortunately, I don't see any of them here tonight on their elections, and congratulate those who will be returning to the dais next year. And I'd also like to thank Stacy Manila for her efforts and commitment to Orange Village in pursuing an opportunity to join the council. The Code Red notification update: if you did not receive notifications sent by the police department last week, please go to our website to sign up for the notifications. Orange Police Department and Orange Cares Committee will host an Internet Safety Night on Thursday, November 13th at 6:30 p.m. for parents and children ages 10 and up at Orange Village Hall. This will focus on internet safety and be conducted by the Orange Police and the Ohio Internet Safety for Children group. Cuyahoga County Solid Waste continues their pumpkin collection through November 10th at several locations. The closest locations are in Solon, Mayfield Village, and Shaker Heights. Visit our website for more information. Shop with a Cop is, as you may have noticed when you came in the front door, there's a sign out there. It's a wonderful annual event. All donations are given back to children in our community. Tickets are $1 each and 6 for $5. You may also make just a monetary donation. Visit the website if you're interested. The Orange, I'm going to skip that and hand that one off to Stacy. Save this one for last. I'd like to make note of the fact that Deputy Chief O'Callahan has retired from the Orange Village Police Department, ending his long career with the village. I'd like to also update the status of the dog park, which is moving along. Hopefully some of you have had a chance to go over and see the construction that's taking place. Our service department is doing a wonderful job in preparing the site, and we're hoping to move the project along much more quickly than we thought we would, and thanks to some grant money that we received from the county. We are closing on land acquisition for the parcel from the Cuyahoga County Land Bank that we acquired last year, and that conclusion will be forthcoming momentarily. All the paperwork has changed hands, and we're just waiting for the title to come to us.
Plot on Emery?
That's the plot on Emery Road.
Okay, good.
I've received proposals for the architects for Village Hall and the fire station. I will be reviewing those and getting back to council next week for further action. The First Calls program that we have talked about in the past, which we are going to enter into as a subgroup with Solon, Beechwood, Pepper Pike, And with Shaker, there's an MOU that's out that's being reviewed. And speaking of MOUs, we also have an MOU being reviewed for the Beechwood boundary relocation. And I've had several conversations with Mayor Burns over in Beechwood. They've already met with the Moonies over there and moving some things along on that. Veterans Day is November 11th. Thank our veterans for doing, and do something for them. Do something for them to demonstrate how we really appreciate what they've done for our community. As noted by the agreement that we just had a motion for the extension, we are in the midst of the CBA negotiations. They're currently underway. We've been involved in discussions all week long, and they've been very productive. I'm hoping that we will draw this into conclusion very quickly and get to a final agreement that will then come to council for review. Last on my list is an invitation from our fire department to all council members who are interested to observe a joint auto extraction drill this Friday between 9:30 and 12:30. So if you ever want to extract a vehicle, you might want to be interested in seeing that. And last but not least,
Extracted from? And where is this, and where is it being extracted from?
it will take place over behind the service garage over off of Pike Road.
Jaws of life cut out. Type of
When
thing.
is it?
Say the time again, 9 to
9:30 to 12:30 on Friday.
12:30, thank you.
So
Is it just like you stop in whenever you want to, or is it the whole time?
You can stop in whenever you want, because they'll be drilling, we'll start at 9 with some debriefing and some, safety things, and then they'll start working probably around 9:30. Stop in whenever you want, myself, Lieutenant Parsons and Lieutenant Flores will be there. He sent me some videos of what they did today, while I was out of town, pretty impressive what they were doing in these cars.
The last item on my agenda of my mayor's comments has to do with the last summer, the Orange Arts Center held a muraling program. Some of you participated in it, I believe, and each of the communities that make up the Orange Arts Center and Orange Rec community have a panel that was part of a larger mural. The panels were then displayed over at the Arts Center throughout the summer, and then this past week, each of the panels for each of the communities was delivered to the individual communities. So I wanted to reveal our panel.
Oh, we should put it by the camera.
The big reveal. So, as you can see, it includes a bit of our amphitheater and the music at the amphitheater, a little bit of our community garden and farmers market, and a little bit of a rainbow that connects us all together. And I want to thank everybody who participated in the process. I can tell you, I painted all the blue sky, and I think Stacy painted some of the rainbow. And others participated. It was great fun. Kids were up there and they were painting, and it's a great representation for our community. We just have to find a spot that we want to hang it, probably somewhere in here. So that, come up and take a look. Particularly look at the very careful brush strokes.
What did he, the what?
Very careful brush strokes.
That concludes my report.
All right, thank you, Mayor. I just want to say Halloween, I think, was very successful the other night. I think there were 2 police cars driving throughout Orange Hill in our neighborhood throughout the night, blaring their music. That was a new touch this year, I think, was blasting some Halloween music out their cars. Handing out the glow sticks again, so good job to the police department. Good job to the service department for picking up all the election signs today. Congratulations to Jeff and Lisa and Amanda and Jim as well. And that is all that I have. Moving on to comments by council members. Phil Madden.
I have nothing today.
Nothing? Okay. Lisa Perry.
Thanks. I just want to thank all the residents who came and voted yesterday, and even those who voted early and absentee. It was a great turnout for such a small ballot. I appreciated talking to everybody yesterday. I had a great time. Welcome to the new members of council. And Stacey, I want to echo Judd's statement of, nice job. And hopefully there'll be a space here for you someday. So thank you for doing all that hard work. And that ends my report.
All right, Ryan Belsky.
Congratulations to the everyone who was successful last night. Stacy, nice work trying on. It was definitely a good effort. So thank you. And also economic development meeting. Keep an eye out for upcoming dates in the Village News or the online on the calendar. Just trying to align some dates with some folks. So stay tuned.
All right, thank you. Kim Olner.
I echo everybody's comments, and I think I've reached out to most people on the election, and I'm looking forward to working with our new members, a returning member for Amanda, a new member for Jim, and Stacy, I'm sure you're going to be up here soon enough. Our planning and zoning, we've had a couple times where we've had some issues with respect to solar panel legislation, and I would like to request that we revisit this legislation that is currently in place in Orange. At least 2 members of planning and zoning, and I think actually more than that, have concerns with respect to 1148.02 accessory uses. And in particular, if you look at, let's see, A11D2, it allows people to have solar panels in roof locations that are not in the rear facing, basically not the rear, facing the rear of their yard. So essentially, it's going to be facing the front of the yard of the house, or on the front of the house, and then people can see it from the street. And the concern is that there are 4 ways that people can sort of get out of the requirement to have it on the rear, and the language, and this is why I think specific language is important, and I'm trying to be very precise in our language. You have A, or B, or C, and or D. And there is no, it's very easy essentially for someone to meet one of these and to have the panels on the front of their house. There's additionally, with that, there is nothing in here that requires them to keep trees or anything that might cover up, from seeing the solar panels from the street. In particular, we've had 2 recently, 2 residents asking for solar panels coming in under these requirements. One of them, the resident really worked very hard. He has a black roof and black panels and black everything, so it really blends with the roof. He's not getting rid of the trees that, help just, hide it from the street. And I think that was seen as a little bit different than another resident who has a reddish brown, very light colored roof, and then you've got all that black equipment on there, and it's facing the front, so you can see, the neighbors across the street can see it and everything. There's no trees really blocking it. So I did tell planning and zoning I would bring this to council, and I do think that we need to look at this. I understand that the bigger concern, or the concern with getting in solar panels, is probably most likely to happen before December 31st of this year, given the tax incentives, but I still think that we should look at revising this section so that it's meeting the, we should at least consider it. So whether everybody here disagrees and says, no, we like it the way it is, at least I feel like we should really look at this. So I wanted to bring that to everyone's attention.
Okay, so you want to adjust the language of the ordinance?
I want to adjust the language of the ordinance, and I want to add some language in there that would require, at the very least, that if they have trees that they, or something that's blocking already, that they not get rid of them. The tree, and I should be clear, your roof is up here. I'm not talking about trees that are going to be over the panels. The trees are further out, closer to the street, but because of, perspective, they can help hide, the panels. So I do want to look at the language of that and have us look at that. Maybe it's not ors, maybe it's 2 out of 4 or so, of something. And we should be looking at, the homeowner is, going to keep landscaping that they have. There's nothing in there that would require that right now. So even if planning and zoning approves something, because we were like, well, there's trees blocking it, there's nothing that says that a year later, the homeowner or a subsequent owner is not going to cut down those trees.
In our new tree ordinance, doesn't that take care of that or no?
Well, the tree ordinance doesn't prevent people from taking down up to 4, or is it 6 trees in a year. So it's possible that the 6 trees that they're entitled to take down on their own property would be trees that screen the neighboring property. I can speak to the history. Some of you are newer than others, and the history was the original draft that came to council or went through the Planning and Zoning Commission had the requirement that it be on the the side of the house away from the street. Well, if you're on the north side of the street, the only way you're going to be able to have solar panels is on the south side of the building, which is what you do in northeastern Ohio to have solar panels. The requirement was reduced significantly from the original draft to do exactly what you're talking about, which is basically eviscerate the requirement that the front of the house. So if council wants to change its policy, you're entitled to do that. My recommendation would be ultimately, after you discuss it, to vote on it if you want to change the policy to get more strict, and then if you do want to do that, remand it to the Planning and Zoning Commission to actually work on the language before it comes back to council. But it's up to council to determine whether or not you want to change the policy, because there's no question it's not required that you keep solar panels on the back of the house.
And to raise the other side of the issue, there are many, myself in general do believe, homeowners should be able to do what they want with their property. So it's finding a balance, and I just raised that as sort of the other side. But I think the concern, again, the concern was we need to look at this or say no, we're happy with the way it is, and we're not going to look at it. But I told Planning and Zoning members that I would bring this up. I do believe, again, when I looked at sort of the 2 recent cases, the one with the sort of the black roof and everything was matching, I really felt like, oh, it's really not bad. I mean, that person really made every effort, to sort of, I think, be respectful of the neighbor's viewpoint, view of it. But the other one, it was like, well, it really does really show quite a bit, given the color of the roof and everything. And I just thought, so it is an issue. I don't know if you guys have any other questions about it. I'm happy to pass out the language. But I did say that we would, I would bring this to everybody's attention, so.
I spoke with Kimberly about this last night at Planning Commission. Having been the author of that particular legislation with former Councilman Ken Alfred, the 2 of us wrote this in concert with consultants from the National Renewable Energy Laboratory in Colorado Springs, Colorado. They helped us craft the language that made sense. Obviously, it's important to be able, for solar panels, for photovoltaic systems to be functional, that they need to at least face the sun in some form. However, having said that, I have no objection to revisiting the language to find a better way to install these systems in such a way where they are less intrusive, as they can be, on a street-facing elevation. That may need some massage and some very careful thought as to what and how you do it, so we don't reduce the effectiveness of the system. And so that's something we certainly can revisit. As I said, I'm thoroughly familiar with the language of it, and and how we got to where we got on this, and willing to work with the team, if you will, if that's so desirable, to push for a modification to the language, then we'll move forward on that.
If I could speak from the Resilience Committee standpoint, I would think that we would want solar panels to be so ubiquitous that it wouldn't seem unusual to have solar panels on your house, whatever way your house is facing. I think it is a benefit not just to the individuals but to the community to have solar panels on as many homes as we can.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that as well. I mean, just traveling to a lot of other places around the country, California, Arizona, you see solar panels are kind of all over the place.
A lot more sun there too.
Yes, you do. But I'm curious here on like at planning and zoning, how many of these kind of come across? Do you see a lot of them, like requests to add these to houses?
In my opinion, no, but it's just the few that we do see, and I think that, again, if they're on the back side of the house, it's not an issue. So this is really just talking about the front side.
But you don't have a choice depending on which way your house faces.
Correct. And also, you need a certain number of panels to get the load that given the size of your house. I mean, like, it's the whole way that they figure that out. Again, I think it's just trying to balance, having a nice-looking neighborhood. And it's not that anybody on planning and zoning is against solar panels or against energy efficiency and all of that. It's that we're trying to balance what the neighbors have to look at as well. And I think that the way it's currently written, there's not a lot that can be done to really keep a neighbor from having to look at what could be quite an unsightly view. Again, if it's not blending at all with the roof, if there's no landscaping at all, it's again, on planning and zoning, we have lots of rules that are trying to balance the interests of the landowner and what they want to do on their property versus the neighbors. This is certainly not, Steve will correct me if I'm misspeaking, but we have lots of rules and regulations in Orange that are trying to maintain a good-looking community, and at the same time, let homeowners do pretty much what they want with their property, but it's a balancing act. So my suggestion is that the language could be massaged a little bit, to borrow Judd's wording. I'm not suggesting that it's going to get taken away. I don't think anybody in planning and zoning is suggesting that right be taken away, but there is a concern for what neighbors have to look at.
Can I suggest that if can we share that wording as it is right now and then revisit this next week? And also, can you share the addresses of those houses? You just take a look and see.
It won't be up yet.
They were just applying for it.
The panels won't be up yet.
Okay.
I can share them, but there's nothing to see.
Well, does Bob have images or something he could share with us of what they were?
Around for everybody to take.
There's.
I want a copy of it.
Just to help understand what it.
Just the one, I can give you the addresses, but the one, it's just the fact that it's a very light colored roof, and it's not going to be blocked by anything, and they're really going to see really going to look at those panels. And the other one, as I said, I think nobody really had an issue because the homeowner really, in my personal opinion, went to great lengths to make it all blend so that it wasn't an issue for their neighbors. Aesthetically speaking, correct.
Do you want to work with Judd and or Steve to maybe massage that language to?
Happy to do so. I think we have to have a.
The recommendation would be, does council want to change the policy? And I think the idea of looking at it, looking at the language we send
First,
out the ordinance this week.
Please.
Revisit the discussion next week, and then
That's fair.
Sure.
the policy choice you want to make.
Okay.
Once we have the policy choice, the planning commission and the mayor can work on the language.
Okay.
Can we do a red line version so we can see what it was versus what you are thinking?
Well, I think what he was saying was the first step
idea
is.
Take a look at what it says now.
Okay. And then,
What's the
See that
concern?
You have 3 outs, essentially, where you don't have to comply with the, put it on the back of the building.
4 outs.
4?
4.
look at it.
Are you able to send that out, Steve? Yeah.
Panels to be offensive looking to me, but I'd also like to know if there's any evidence that people do find them offensive looking.
Well, I'll look. I think that, generally speaking, the preferred place is the back of the house so that other people don't have to look at them. And obviously, given the fact that some homes in which the way they're facing, that's the whole purpose of why we have the legislation to begin with. That's the preferred route. So if a homeowner can put it on the back of a house, they don't, we don't want them putting it on the front. That's what's built into the current legislation as it stands. Again, I'm not suggesting that anybody's against solar energy. It's just, we're trying to balance the interests of all community members.
I understand that. I think if we are putting any restrictions, if we're putting restrictions on solar energy, then we are limiting solar energy. So I would prefer that we not restrict having it in the front of the house. I don't see the issue. So.
We'll all take a look at the ordinance and we'll discuss it further next week. So, anything else, Kim?
Yes. November 19th is Kiwanis's monthly meeting at the Orange Senior Center at 7 p.m. And a resident contacted me about putting in a little food pantry. Like we have a little free library. She would like us to have a little food pantry, like a permanent one. I know that there is a bin right when you come in here collecting food right now for residents who might need it. She's talking about something a little bit more permanent. I did raise to that resident my concern about who would maintain it, sort of where would it go, who would maintain it.
Food.
Again, I feel as a council member, when somebody brings something to me, I need to bring it forward. My personal opinion is we also already have the Garfield Church Pantry, which I believe personally is effective. But I just wanted to raise this because somebody brought this to me.
I feel like this came up once. Stacy, Judd, you remember?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I brought it up.
You brought it up?
And the concern was animals or maintaining it and who.
I think we just said there's enough other options
Right.
in the community that, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a thought, a suggestion after hearing all week long, problems that are occurring with people
Talking on the microphone, please.
having access to a food pantry. And I think that if we want to ask our residents to drop off food here, we might be able to say, just drive it every, once a week down to a food pantry that is close by, and Garfield would be perfect, if you ask me. So residents would become more aware that Garfield has a food pantry, and residents who want to contribute have a place to do so conveniently, or maybe they just drop it off right at the Garfield instead of reinventing the wheel.
There's some efforts underway right now in the community to do this, and actually the questions that I got were, when can we drop them off? Like, they were happy to drop it off here, but they didn't know what times and where the boxes, and could they get into Village Hall, or did they have to, was it an outside thing? So that was the question that came up. And then we work with Garfield all the time, and their food pantries.
They should just take it straight to Garfield.
Can do that too, yeah.
And encourage residents who want to be helpful, they already have a system down.
They do. My personal opinion is they do have a system. Their doors are unlocked a lot of hours. I mean, I'm not going to say it's 24 hours a day, but it's a lot of hours, far more than our doors are unlocked. And they have a system in place. They have a pantry, and I've never heard that they're not serving the needs. So maybe again, I'm bringing this up because somebody brought this to me. I personally believe we already have something in our community, and I'm happy to continue supporting the Garfield, pantry. But again, I wanted to bring this up.
If someone brings food here, what's the process to get it to Garfield? Because you wouldn't want to overwhelm our workers.
That's what I would rather just tell people to. We're just literally down the street from Garfield. So to have people bring it here and then we have to get it there, to me seems a little silly.
Like you said, they have a system in place. They've been doing it a long time. It's close by. I don't think there's any need to start up something different when.
I just want to ask, was something set up here or it wasn't set up here?
Something is set up here right now because of
Out there.
Tree Pals. They're doing it, I can read about it. They're doing it due to the fact that the
Government shutdown.
Government shutdown. It's not all the time, but they're doing it. If you look it up, Pantry Pals.
Who's they?
I will.
It's community individuals, and they set up it's a page on social media, and you can click on the page and ask if you're in need or if you want to donate. But they didn't have times listed of where and when to drop off. So that was the question that a couple people were asking me is, do they come here at a certain time to drop it off? Ironically, I suggested to all of them, since I didn't know the answer to that, you could drop it off at Garfield. They have boxes out front daily.
I mean, during this current government shutdown, they have a box here, they have it at the other village halls as well. There is a sort of local effort, but my personal opinion is we're being superfluous. Garfield does a great job.
Yes.
We all should be, in my opinion, donating at Garfield and just letting them handle it. But this particular resident was interested in having us have a little food pantry, like the little libraries, that kind of thing. So
Smart move with respect to that is there's a system in place that can serve the community best. Our best job is to promote it
Yes.
both on our website and our e-news and newsletters to let people know that that's there, and if they really want to contribute, head down the street to Garfield and drop it off there.
And if you need a name and number at Garfield, I can connect you with that. I work with her regularly.
Okay. The lady asked if we could put the box there. I said, that's fine. I didn't care. They're doing it for the month of November. It's called Pantry Pals. They have I don't know. They're going to bring it to Garfield, I guess.
I'm not suggesting that we should stop that for this 1 month
Right. It's just 1 month.
temporary
But
thing. I'm not suggesting that.
put in the
The
newsletter.
box there right now. It was filled yesterday, it's empty today, so clearly somebody came and got the stuff.
If you want to donate food, there's a box here in the entryway of Village Hall, or you can take it to Garfield Church at Lander Circle.
Either way, it's going to end up there because that's where they're taking it, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. Perfect.
We're only open 8 to 4.
Have we had people reach out or contact the village at all during this time for this purpose? I'm not talking about like organizations, but I'm talking about actual residents. Yeah, families in need. Have we had people getting in touch?
Nobody's contacted me.
Just curious.
Our Orange Cares program, they may.
Yeah.
I will say that many of the people in need in our community, their children, if they have children, their children go to the Orange Public Schools, and there are social workers, and they do tend to know the families that are in need, and I'm fairly certain that the schools does a very good job of reaching out to those families so that they know what is available.
I would hope so.
There's also the Orange Area Service Committee, which
Right.
does really generous donations for Thanksgiving for families in our community in need, and they work through the social workers too, and it's all very confidential. So if anybody's looking to donate money instead, or gift cards, food cards, Heinen's, grocery cards, whatever, they can reach out to Orange Area Service Committee, and we can put that number on our website too.
Okay, thank you.
Last thing, I just wanted to say I'm very appreciative of all of the support that the mayor has given behind the First Calls program that I brought to Orange, and that it's going to happen, and it's in the budget for next year, which you guys will all see when you look through the budget packet. It's actually not very expensive, in my opinion. I think it's a great program, and I think I'm just really excited that we can roll this out to help our residents and our employees, because I think they'll all benefit from this, so. That's it.
Thank you. Stacy Vincent.
Thank you. First of all, a huge thank you to our officers and firefighters who assisted at Trunk or Treat. It was a wildly huge success, and everybody was so excited. I think we had a couple little firemen and little policemen and policewomen and firewomen coming up to take pictures with you guys too. So thank you for that, and thank you for patrolling the streets on Halloween. It was great to see your presence there throughout the neighborhood and the community as always. I also want to thank Anna and staff for offering the glow sticks out to our kiddos. Once again, they're a huge hit. And I also want to thank our officers for their quick de-escalation of the serious situation on Miles Road recently. I appreciate all the difficult work you all do. I also want to thank all those who took the time to exercise their right to vote and also those who campaigned for office. I know well the time and effort it takes, and I commend all those who did so, especially for a write-in candidate. Congratulations on that work. I want to welcome aboard in January Jim, and welcome back Lisa, Jeff, and Amanda. And I look forward to working with all of you in the years ahead as we share our passion for Orange Village and this wonderful community we serve. I am excited to announce our first Light Up Orange for the Holidays event on Wednesday, December 10th. We hope you all will be there. We would love to introduce all of our council people that night. It'll be from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. It is the night of a council meeting, and it's going to be right beforehand. We're planning to have musical groups from both our community and the schools featuring Orange Village's own notoriety singers. We're planning to have either hot cocoa or cider, maybe both, and cookies in the Mulcahy Pavilion. And then we are doing a lighting of the gazebo and the tree in the gazebo. Thank you to our wonderful service department. Our plan is to make it a multicultural event to include Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and Christmas. And there may even be a visit from a special guest at the end. Shh. Please plan to come with your children, spread the word so we can make this a wonderful, hopefully annual event. I want to thank Rochelle Kidder and the Arts and Culture Committee, as well as our mayor, Anna, the service department, the fire and police departments, and everybody involved for making this happen. We're looking forward to it. We hope you guys will all be there. It's just a matter of coming a little bit early to a council meeting. Speaking of arts and culture, we meet tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in the Waddell Room. Please join us. All are welcome to join in the planning for this event. If you have any ideas, please let me know, as well as the upcoming Indoor Artisan Market on December 6th. I participated in the Shop with a Cop a couple of years ago. It was a wonderful ride along with the chief, and to see the kids, the light in their eyes when they got to shop and they got this wonderful gift card of $150. All of them were buying things for their family members, and they were so excited to get something for somebody that they wouldn't otherwise be able to do. So please think about contributing, think about donating, and I want to thank Joyce Sherwood for coordinating Orange's efforts, along with Anna for all of their help. The school board met with the mayors a couple of weeks ago. The next school board meeting is on Monday, November 10th. Congratulations to the Orange Tennis State Champion team and all those Orange Village students who were invited to states for cross country as well. One final note, Orange High School has a Veterans Wall in which 52 names were just added, including those of staff and alumni from Orange who have served. This was spearheaded by alum and retired teacher John Sengdahl. There is going to be an in-school dedication on the 11th, which is Veterans Day, but I want to take a moment to thank all of our veterans for their service and dedication and the sacrifices that they and their families have made to defend and protect all of us, and wish everybody a happy Veterans Day. Thank you.
Thank you. Jeff Foster.
One, I want to say thank you, everybody, for participating in the democratic process. I always learn something when I go out and walk around the community. Stacy, you were the first write-in person I know, and I know that takes a lot of work, so I appreciate that. But even just the fact of going through the process, and for me, making sure that everybody puts the right address on your form when you're registering. I can say that you know, it's a learning. You learn something. You know, that's why you do it. The fact that people don't put the right address is amazing to me. But anyway, it's a democratic process, and we should all participate and enjoy it. We still need a nominee for the veterans website and so we can find out who's going to be the first one for the Orange Village Veterans View. So that will be appropriate for Veterans Day coming up. If anybody has anybody they would like to be highlighted, please let myself or Ned know, and we'll try and get it in a flyer.
Can I nominate Bob Zugan?
He'll be a resident.
Does it have to be a resident or just?
But we're flexible for an employee, at least for the first one, but, you know, and then we'll go from there.
All right. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you. I'll make a motion to adjourn to executive session. I ask Anna if you could put the full language of the motion in the minutes. I'd appreciate it. It's very long. Is there a second on that?
I'll second that.
Thank you. Can you call roll on adjourning to executive session?
Madden?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Bilski?
Yes.
Allner? Yes. Vincent? Foster?
Yes.
Silver?
Yes. Dollar. Are we? We won't be taking any action after This will we okay.
And you're inviting.
Okay.
Uh,